Hi, it's Steve. Today we'd like to show you how to change the inner door glass on your range. It's a really easy job. Let me show you how we do it. Now to do this repair, we will need to remove the oven door from the range itself. So simply open it up all the way. Then down in the hinge area, you'll note there is a little pivoting bracket that will pull all the way back towards the door. Leave them on both sides. Just lift up on them. And if they're on there fairly tight, you may take a flat blade screwdriver just to break it free. And again, we're just going to tilt it all the way back until it comes to a stop. Now with both of those brackets pivoted out towards the door, we'll just lift up on the door until it comes up against those stops and grasp both sides of the door, lift up evenly on both sides, and pull it away from the oven. At this point, we'll set the door on a suitable work surface with the inside portion of it facing down. Now with the door laying face down, our next step will be to remove these 4 screws that go through that black bracket, and just take note of how that bracket fits on there. Take a picture of it if you wish, so that you'll be able to reassemble this properly. And next we'll remove 4 screws, 2 on either side, that secure that white trim piece. And while securing the outer door glass, we'll just push that trim piece off the edge and set that aside. Now we can take that outer door glass, just pull it away from the top vent, and carefully set that aside. It's also a good opportunity to clean both inside and outside of that glass. Now next we'll remove this single pane of glass. There are 3 screws securing the brackets on either side. Just remove all of those, and lift the glass with the brackets off. And again, we'll set that aside. And if you wish, it's an opportunity to clean both the outer and inner surfaces of that glass as well. Now next, we'll remove the heat shield. There are 2 screws that secure that in place. Just carefully lift that up and make sure that the insulation stays inside the door. Lift it out and away, and we'll set that aside. Now there are 4 clamps that hold that window package to the inner door panel, and we'll need to remove that next. If you wish, just grasp that insulation if it's in good shape and carefully lift it out of the way. And do the same across the top. And use caution so as not to damage that insulation. So next we'll remove the screws that secure those clamps. And take note, these are a different screw than the previous ones that we've removed. So keep those separate. And the same on the top ones. You can lift those brackets away and just set those aside. Now, if this was the pane of glass that you were removing, you would simply vacuum up the broken pieces that were there. If it's the other one that you're removing, you'll first need to pull this one up. So we'll carefully lift that up. And again, if it needs cleaning, now's the opportune time to clean both the outer and inner surfaces of that window glass. The frame is held in place with a spring clip at the very bottom here in the center. So to free that, we'll simply lift up on the front edge, make sure that that's got some room to move. Then you can pull that clip forward to lift it out of there. I'll simply just set that aside. And if the inner door glass was the pane that you were removing, if it's broken, you're simply going to vacuum out the pieces. If it's just discolored or scratched, you would lift it out carefully and discard it. So to begin reassembly, we'll take our new door glass and set it down into place on the high temp gasket, making sure that we don't trap any of the insulation under the edges. Center that up. And next we'll put in the aluminum frame. We'll start by engaging the spring clip into that center bracket. We'll make sure that the lower lip on this window frame fits out over the edge of the door glass itself. Our next step will be to put the outer glass in that window. And we can also replace those mounting clips. Make sure they line up over the notches. And then pivot them down into place. And remember to use the proper screws. Now next we'll reinstall the insulation that we removed. And then the heat shield. Now with the insulation all in place, our next step will be to put the heat shield in. And the heat shield will have one narrow side and one wider side, and the narrow side will go towards the top. So tuck that in, make sure we capture the insulation. And center it over the mounting brackets. Line up the screw holes. And now we're ready to put the outer door glass on. Position the mounting brackets so the screw holes line up. And then install the retaining screws. Now we're ready to slide the outer door panel in place. Now when installing that outer door glass, we want to make sure that that aluminum foil tucks down in underneath the top vent so that the glass slides into the slots. And position it side by side, and then we'll put the bottom trim on. So take the colored trim piece and make sure that these two clips engage the outer door glass. And slide it in position so that we can install the 4 screws on the outer edge. And then the remaining support piece, line that up. And now we're ready to reinstall the door on the range. So make sure we have a firm grasp on the door from both sides. We'll line up those hinges in the slotted openings on the oven liner. Tilt the door down. Fold those clips back. And our repair is complete.